Hi, it's Mark and Sam. It is July 9th, 2026, and we are entering Yellowstone National Park. Now, when I pulled over to take a picture of the Yellowstone National Park sign, there wasn't anyone or no traffic around. But as soon as I get my shot, and then a car pulls up and they walk up to the sign, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, there are like 30 cars and campers that came pulling in. There'd been some road construction where they cut it down to one lane, so they blocked traffic for like 2 or 3 minutes and then let traffic through. So it's coming through in clusters. Okay, I'm not going to point out every mountain peak. They've got a map here for us, and they point out the names of the mountains, and we're just going to drive through and enjoy the beauty. Hopefully see some wildlife. Shoshone River is still right next to us. There was a fire here in Yellowstone National Park about, I think 30 years ago. And it was a big one. I think it was up by Cook City. I'm not real sure. But that'll be interesting to see how it's growing back. There's still some snow up on the mountains. Okay, you can see some of the area that burned. No trees, just bare logs laying on the side of the mountain now. Okay, I keep turning the camera off because otherwise the video is just going to be too darn long. But I've driven past 5 little waterfalls coming out of the mountains and didn't have the camera going. Now, there's a big waterfall in the park, a couple of them. But it's neat to be driving along the road and see this little waterfall. This is Sylvan Pass. Now remember, we came in from Cody on the east entrance. And there's a deer in the parking lot there. Couldn't take a picture because I got oncoming traffic and I'm going down a curvy road. I'm sure we'll see some more. Oh, nice little mountain lake. Sylvan Lake. Okay, here we are at Sylvan Lake. There's a pull-off and a parking area for picnics. Got a gentleman over here fishing, so we'll keep quiet. It's beautiful. There's Yellowstone Lake from Lake Butte Overlook. We got a little friend here. He's coming up to see us. It's a raven. Hi, guy. I noticed another guy up in the tree there. Okay. You see all the dead trees out there and from the fire. And All the tree trunks just like matchsticks thrown out there. But after a fire, and it's been, what I think I said 30 years, it starts growing vegetation back. That's when you get the pretty flowers. Okay, I was wrong. That was not Lake Butte Overlook. That was just a pull-off place, parking lot, to pull over and look at the view. We're going up to Lake Butte Overlook. And it's a mile off the main road, so I'm not going to video all of it. Just wanted to let you know that I was wrong. We are going up to Lake Butte Overlook now. Okay, this is Lake Butte Overlook. There's a little parking lot up at the top here. And if you want to go all the way to the top, there's a path. You can walk up there if you want. I'm not going to walk up there. Okay. And what the sign is saying is you are looking south across 30 miles of water into an area farther from a road than any place in the lower 48 states. Except for Grant Village, there is no significant development between here and Jackson, Wyoming, 100 miles south. Wow. I'd say we're out in the middle of nowhere. And that is Lake Butte Overlook from down below. Take a little winding road up to the top, about a mile long. And now we're down here lakeside. Elevation of the lake is 7,733 feet. And deepest point is 410 feet. This is Pelican Creek in Pelican Valley, and there's a Pelican Creek nature trail if you want to take a walk down there. But I'm going to cross the road here because I saw some deer. And there they are. There's that guy out in the sun. A couple of them over there in the shade. It's nice weather up here. About 74 degrees. Nice breeze. But I got my hat on because up here in this thin atmosphere, I can feel that my forehead is a little sunburned from me getting in and out. Here's the Yellowstone General Stores at Fishing Bridge. There's a gas station. You got a visitor center. They even have auto repair back there. Right there. Auto RV parts and repairs. It's kind of nice. And this is Fishing Bridge. It's the Yellowstone River. This is the Lahardy Rapids on the Yellowstone River. Beginning in mid-May, these rapids fill with Yellowstone cutthroat trout heading upstream to spawn in the waters near Fishing Bridge. While fewer trout can be seen in the rapids since the introduction of lake trout in Yellowstone Lake in the 1980s, fish can still be seen jumping every 10 to 15 minutes during this annual migration. We're in July, so I'd say it's over. But can you imagine swimming up that just to have sex? The Hardy Rapids on the Yellowstone River, Yellowstone National Park. We are at the Mud Volcano area. And this is a mud cauldron. And it smells of sulfur. And we're going to go up the path. This is Cooking Hillside. Covered by dense forest until 1978, this hillside changed dramatically after a swarm of earthquakes struck the area. In spite of being jolted again and again, the trees remained standing, but met their demise soon afterward when ground temperatures soared to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 94 degrees centigrade. Just cooked them. This is Mud Geyser. In the late 1800s, Mud Geyser erupted every few hours, spewing muddy water 50 feet into the air. By 1927, eruptions no longer occurred. Half a century later, a swarm of earthquakes shook the area. Soil temperatures skyrocketed, killing many of the trees that surrounded the pool. Around the turn of the 21st century, violent steam vents hissed forth, their large craters gaping open wide enough to swallow the logs that fell in. That's the Yellowstone River in the background. That's looking back on Mud Geyser. This is Sizzling Basin. This is Churning Cauldron. Okay, it's hot. but it's not boiling. Why it churns is the gases escaping. This is the Black Dragon's Cauldron. Relatively peaceful now, but this mud pot roared into existence in 1948, blowing trees out by the roots and forever changing this once quiet forested hillside. Park interpreter named the new feature for its resemblance to a darkly colored demon of the backwoods. For several decades it erupted in explosive 10 to 20 foot bursts of black mud. Over the years it has moved 200 feet to the southeast and become relatively quiet. However, as change is constant in Yellowstone, the Black Dragon may one day roar back to life. This is Sour Lake.
Big one.
There's several that will be up in the back there.
All right, going down, they've got stairs, but if you started coming up the stairs, you'd be worn out by the time you got to the top. At least I would. And the path up is steeper on this side, so follow the arrows on the sign. I heard some young people, probably in their 20s, huffing and puffing up this path. So it's not just this old man. This is Mud Volcano. In 1870, explorers stood in awe as Mud Volcano spewed mud into the treetops, shaking the ground with each eruption. 2 years later, it was a pool of bubbling, muddy water. Mud Volcano had blown itself apart. This is Dragon's Mouth Spring. An unknown park visitor named this feature around 1912, perhaps due to the water that frequently surged from the cave like the lashing of a dragon's tongue. Until 1994, this dramatic wave-like action often splashed water as far as the boardwalk. The rumbling sounds are caused by steam and other gases exploding through the water, causing it to crash against the walls of the hidden caverns. And we're back at the Mud Cauldron. This is the Mud Volcano area. So I think I'm going to end the video here and start a new one. Don't want them to be too long. So please subscribe, like, make comments, share with family and friends. Come back and watch some more. Thank you.